before zigzagging in all directions inside the body. This type of ammunition diffuses its energy with such intensity that, in addition to physiological trauma, the shock wave it puts in motion provokes serious nerve damage. A beautiful Manchu face, not more than 20. The watery eyes endlessly pondering the fragility of existence faced with the metal of pain. Toorop remembered the I Ching aphorism, to which the 14th of the 36 stratagems referred. It is not I who seek the young fool seeks me. The 14th stratagem was curiously entitled, Raise a Corpse from the Dead, and went like this. He does not let himself be used who can still act for his own purposes. He will plead to be used who can do nothing more. One must use the useless for one's own ends. In such circumstances, this sermon was no more obscure than another. The agonizing man had served his ends well. Climbing down the embankment, Toorop knew what had to be done. 3 young buzzards had just alighted, croaking, next to the body. Not paying it the slightest attention, they started furrowing into the olive-green jacket, boring through the cloth with a single honed stroke, to recover a piece of bloodied meat they'd gulped down with a jerky head gesture. Toorop had a clear vision of the condemned man's ultimate reflex movement, trying to delay his end. The carcass shuddered. A trembling hand attempted in vain to raise itself from the earth and scribbled upon it an illegible message. For an instant, Toorop considered the natural process occurring. His gaze didn't even try to avoid the bloody rosette constellating the soldier's abdomen where the birds were working, or on the orange-yellow earth around him, the black puddle with crimson contours that the rocky moor drank up avidly. As he approached, one of the buzzards, flapping his wings, let out a dissatisfied croak and straightened into a posture of aggressive ostentation. The 2 others continued to feast on the man's stomach, impassively wading in a carpet of blood, spongy tissue, and intestine parts. A smell of guts and shit tickled his nostrils at the whim of the wind's breath. The dead or dying man's perfume left his mouth with a residue like the aftertaste of rank beer. Toorop had just extracted the shishkov from the holster on his back. It was an Aurora, a polyvalent weapon equipped to deal with any kind of urgent situation, and quite simply the world's best assault rifle. Toorop cocked the breech with a sharp movement, aimed, and shot a bullet smack into the soldier's head. The gunshot vibrated for a long time in the natural echo chamber of the high mountains. Toorop heard the man's sigh in it, finally delivered from this world of flesh and steel, finally freed from life, and from the 3 buzzards. As the birds of prey fired off toward the raw dusk sky, wings bloodied, and the shot's echo resonated in the immense space before him, Toorop thought a passage from Rumi or a verse from Dead Man Walking was in order. But he felt a sweet vibration running along his thigh, cutting short his flow of thoughts. His hand plunged into the pocket of his battle dress and emerged armed with a small Motorola GPS cell phone. The LCD screen flashed a message from General Command, informing him of the presence of Chinese drones in the sector. It was alphanumeric, encrypted by a special CIA program that those PLA number-crunching shitfaces could keep trying to decode. Even their highly parallel processing Fujitsus, developed with Yakuza funds in Sichuan underground factories, couldn't touch it. According to the Russian dealers who supplied the program, it was impenetrable. The sum of the planet's computer resources, even with 50 years of uninterrupted work, couldn't crack it. Four Eyes with the British accent in charge of the demo for the Uyghur guerrillas, wanly appreciating with a nod.